live from Deerfield Beach, Florida. High school football prime time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. We got a matchup for you tonight. Deerfield Beach High School, undefeated, welcomes the Raiders of St. Thomas Aquinas. We're here from BUTLER Stadium. Beautiful day in sunny South Florida. Got a bunch of mud on the field, got some rain in the sky. We got high school football coming to you live on Hspn.
He's going to snap, punt it. He's at the 50, to the 40. He's down his feet. Oh my goodness! To the 40. To the 50. To the 40. He's down his feet. Oh my goodness! Holy cow!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Game 10 of the broadcast. We welcome you to Deerfield Beach, Florida. Hope everyone's having a good night. We got horrible weather conditions, but a lot of us wouldn't say horrible because it is football weather. We got dirt, muck on the field. There's a reason they call it Deerfield Beach. They got the sand covered the field, and we got some rain in the sky. My name is Ryan Stout, alongside Glenn Stout tonight, coming to you live from South Florida, and we got some great football coming to you. How you doing, Glenn?
Doing fantastic. Good to be back in Deerfield Beach, Florida, once again to watch the Bucks, who are undefeated. A long time since the Bucks have been undefeated. They won their District 8A, the big boys, and St. Thomas comes in tonight as the winner of the 7A, and last week they capped it with a win with Plantation, and it was a defensive game. And as they played the defensive part of that game, it was amazing to see some of the plays that happened and players that on the Plantation side that had to play both sides of the ball. It was an amazing thing to watch. This week we're up here in Deerfield Beach, Florida. We're up here to watch the Bucks play the Raiders. Both of them set to play in the playoffs. They'll know their position after tonight's game. And we look forward to seeing them as they try to make their way to the Citrus Bowl. This is Glenn Stout with Ryan Stout, and we're here at Bucks Stadium, and we're excited to be here. Let me give you some of the information, some of the people that are streaming us tonight. Big shout-out to Florida High School Football. FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com was launched in February 2010 to serve a growing need for high school football coverage in Florida. Since that time, Florida High School Football has grown to become one of the largest statewide high school football websites in Florida. www.floridahighschoolfootball.com. And then we have streaming with us tonight Florida Gridiron Preps. Florida Gridiron Preps provide consistent, current, insightful commentary on Florida high school football. We provide full schedules for over 658 football programs within the Sunshine State, as well as player listening, district alignments, map resources for game locations, and discussion boards. That's www.floridagridironpreps.com. Folks, teams are getting ready to take on the field, get ready to bring it out. The Bucks are getting ready to bring it out for you. The Raiders are getting ready to bring it out. I'm not too sure, Ryan, like you said, this field is played on by two 8A high schools in the area, plus their programs, and my goodness gracious, it is a muck bowl.
Yes, it is.
And here they go. Both teams are making it out the way to the middle of the field. I thought they were gonna do something interesting. I thought they were gonna be bringing it out to get some action going on, and they didn't. But they were working their way out there.
And that's correct. Also,
you've got some stats here. St. Thomas coming into this game has some tremendous stats. They come in 4-0 in the district, 8-1 overall. The only loss this season was to Miramar, and that was by 2 points way back in September 20th. Since then, they beat them all, including the game we covered last week, Plantation, 16-6, defensive game. They have rushing yards this year, 214 rushes for 1,240 yards. They've only allowed their opponents 414. On the passing yards, they have 1,595 total passing yards and allowed their opponents only 710. Scoring by quarter, they'll score big and quick. the first 2 quarters of play. Over 100 points, no average, 40 points a game. Watch out for the rushing attack by London and Sands, combined with 14 touchdowns. Passing Wade Freebeck. He's 89 completions for 148 attempts, 1,414 yards, 4 touchdowns, and only 1 touchdown. And on the receiving side, watch for Harris, Pete, and Holmes tonight with a combined of 11 touchdowns. Folks, I'll get to the Deerfield Bucks, but we're getting ready to rumble with a kickoff. Deerfield Bucks are going to receive the ball, and you're going to get to see a fascinating young man tonight. First broadcast of number 4, Brandon Powell. 105 rushes for 1,147 yards this year, 18 touchdowns. Had a little bump and bruise last week, a little stinger. He had to be brought out early in the game, scored once. Get an opportunity to watch him tonight. He's already committed to the U. There we go, a little pooch kick. And it's going to bounce, but it's picked up and run out of bounds right about the 20-yard line. That was a good, safe kick. It's keeping it away from those versatile returners that can easily take it to the house. And here we go. The Bucks take over the ball.
Well, I hope you all love our new scoreboard tonight. Unfortunately, going through some technical difficulties, but no worries. We're bringing it to you. Got the live scoreboard out there on the field. And yes, what an interesting game we got to witness last week, Plantation versus St. Thomas. St. Thomas, they didn't come out too well on the offensive side, so we'll see what they can do tonight.
Well, it gives to Brandon off the left-hand side. He is not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. He may have lost a yard. And I'll tell you, folks, number 52, if you don't know him by now, Goldberg, you're going to hear him tonight. He is a headhunter. And coaches around the country, by the way, that ticker that's running live across the bottom, both teams, all you got to do is click one. You see the number, you like it, click it. You'll see their highlights. Coaches, Goldberg is available, if you can believe it. Number 52 on the defensive side of St. Thomas. Watch his name be called a lot tonight. Brings up second down and about 11 from their own 19. Give is going to be to Powell again. This time he picks up about 4 or 5 yards, close to the 25-yard line. He'll share the work tonight with Aaron McNeil. Aaron has 102 carries for 904 yards and 14 touchdowns. Then you got Denarius Graham, the quarterback, on the Bucs side. He is 53 completions for 1,050 yards, 9 touchdowns. He also rushed the ball 19 times for 155 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Bucs don't like what they see, or the coaches don't like what they saw with their players out there, so they've taken a quick timeout. Go ahead, Ryan. I see you've got impact players getting ready to roll up there if you want to do that. There's your quarterback, Denarius Graham, outstanding player for the Bucs. And you spent some time this week with him.
I did. I spent some time with St. Thomas and Deerfield Beach and had a chance to come out here, hang out in the sand, and hang out with the coaches, hang out with the players. And it's always good to be down here. We have a personal relationship with most of the kids, so it's always nice when they come up to you, see how you're doing. And, they get real excited for the broadcast coming in. But just introduce some of these Deerfield Beach Bucks. As you can see, the offensive line, they got some big boys tonight. Got the chance to talk to Montel Jordan, as you can see all the way to the right. And he is excited because he told me this is the matchup of the week. He's got Nicholas Bosa all night long, the sophomore for the Raiders. And it should be an interesting matchup for him all night.
It will be. And they're throw out here to the outside to Justin Morgan. And the pass is complete. It's close to the first down. I think, they're moving the markers. That was a pickup of about 6 yards. That was a beautiful pass. We're talking about Denarius Graham. He throws a little out pattern out here to Justin Morgan. And Justin has 29 receptions for 496 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Well, there's one thing about this game is that this is Deerfield Beach's home field. So they've played on the dirt. They played in the mud earlier on the season. St. Thomas is going to have a difficult time. They don't play on fields like this.
Denarius rolls out to the right-hand side. He just throws over the head of Justin Morgan. Ball's out here over the 32-yard line. Boy, I like the way the young man throws. He is tall, too. I was on the field earlier, Ryan, and between Denarius and Freebeck, those are some tall quarterbacks. And that was bring it 2nd down and 10.
Get some of these wide receivers in play. Brandon Powell, as you all know, you will see him the majority of the night playing in 3 different positions, from running back, wide receiver, and will be on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Brandon Powell gets the call. He doesn't pick up much. Here to bring up 3rd down and about 9. Well, looks like 10.
And introduce some of these running backs. Aaron McNeil, running back number 2, senior, and Alex Pierre, known as in Deerfield, Bowling Ball, a young sophomore coming up in the rankings, very motivated, playing under 2 great running backs, and excited to show off some of his talents tonight against St. Thomas.
Wow, Denarius slips on that turf. He's getting ready to take off. He had trips to the right-hand side, and down the field, wide open, was Justin Morgan, but there was no way he was going to make that edge. So that's going to bring up Ryan 4th down and 13 to be the first punt for the Bucks tonight. And we've got number 18, explosive Jawan Harris. It's a wide receiver back to return this punt. Back at his 35-yard line. And we'll see if they can get one off. Changes territory for a punter. It's slick out there. I was down there. It's muck and sand. And we had a good rain shower blow through here. So it's nice and soft. Well, punt is up. Wow. Way out of bounds. It's
Almost
actually kicked up into the stands. And I don't know if he even picked up. Where's the referee going to mark this? Boy, oh boy. That is going to be dangerous. You set about a 12. Actually, from the line of scrimmage, that's a 4-yard punt. It brings the Raiders inside the 45-yard line of the Bucks. Very dangerous thing to do because the Raiders can play on this kind of turf. They are a pound it, grind it, pound the rock team. There's Freebeck lined up in an I formation. He's going to give, no, he's faking, and he's looking to an out pattern, but he's going deep down the middle of the field, a post pattern. Wow. Great defensive play by who else? Brandon Powell, because that receiver had a step on him on a post pattern, and if it hadn't been for Powell laying it out there and touching the ball, it was 6 points.
Absolutely great defensive play by Brandon Powell. What a way to come out. Play action down the field. I'm sure they've done that once or twice this season and had very successful outcome. But when you got an athlete like Brandon Powell out there playing on the defensive side, he's got that speed to catch up to these very fast Raider wide receivers.
Miami got a good one. Freebeck giving back to London. He is hit immediately for about a 3-yard loss, trying to go right up the middle behind his fullback.
And as the offense is on the field, introduce some of these St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders for tonight's game. The big boys up front, nothing less than 280 pounds. I mean, you got big hosses that are going to be protecting Wade tonight. Former quarterback for Weston. Came over to St. Thomas for his senior year, and he's got some great protection. But we'll see what they can do tonight on this mud.
Brings up 3rd down and 13. Freebeck is back, looking over the middle. Curl pattern. Catch is going to be incomplete. Up a little higher, and it would have been a caught pass.
And some
That'll bring up 4th down.
Some of our wide receivers, Devontae Pete, Sean Bender, and Corey Holmes. Some impact players for tonight's game that you might not get to see due to the weather and due to the field. But St. Thomas coming out and not producing in the first series. Can we expect to see what we saw last week at Plantation?
I'm not sure. I think there's more high-powered here, but with this field, maybe a neutralizer, and that was a good hold by the Bucks.
And what's
interesting
about Deerfield Beach?
Goodness. Oh, the St. Thomas Raiders. The ball bounces at the 10-yard line, and it rolls down. St. Thomas has it down close to the 1-yard line, and my goodness, they let it go in for a touchback.
And what's interesting,
that is a big, big mistake. Brings it out to the 20-yard line.
It's nice to watch the past 2 teams that we've covered because Deerfield Beach and Plantation High School, they both have players that play both ways. They play on both sides of the ball. So it's very difficult when you're playing against a team that has a 3-page roster and is almost 3 deep in some positions. So hopefully the Bucks, they'll be able to come out tonight.
Well, Denarius Graham is set back in the backfield. He's got both of his running backs. He's going up the air, left-hand side. Receiver's wide open. Picks up about 5 yards. And there was a big amount of space in between him and the DB. Bring up second down and about 4 yards. Great pass by Denarius. Nice arm on this young man. Good plant. Corner gave him quite a cushion, so he took it. Denarius back in a pistol set. He's looking to his right-hand side this time. Some pressure up the middle, and he's waving his receiver to go long. He throws a short bullet over here, which is incomplete. Justin Morgan almost makes a catch for a first down. I like the command of this young quarterback, Ryan, the way he is gets out of that pocket. He feels the pressure. He's coming around the corner. He's giving some direction to his receivers while he's on the run.
Absolutely. As a senior quarterback, there's high expectations for Denarius as he comes into this game and hopefully the rest of the season. He's had a great year so far. He's very humble. I had a chance to hang out with him during practice, and he's got a very strong arm. And he's a dual threat. Not sure if we're going to see him playing quarterback on the next level. Would like to see him play at a small school, but we'll see what he can do tonight.
Well, he swings a pass out here. It may be a fumble. It was. The referee did not call it an incomplete pass. That was a swing pass out here to the right-hand side, and it was dropped. And that was looked like Jamal Patterson, and that's going to bring up fourth down and about 14 yards. That was dangerous. He was trying to throw a screen out here, a quick screen, and the pass just went through the hands of the receiver.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for both of these teams to connect on both sides of the ball. Offensively, it's tough because of the weather and because of this field. So you'll be hearing us saying that all night long, but hopefully they can put something together.
Well, the punt's off the side of his foot again, but he kept it inside the field of play this time, out over the looks like the 50-yard line. They're going to down it around the 49-yard line, so St. Thomas got about negative 10 yards on that. They're going to get the ball back again with great field position, and we'll see what they bring this time. Wasn't impressed on the first series. Mud didn't have a factor, but the Bucks defense certainly had a factor in shutting them down. So Freebeck brings them up, 2 backs in the backfield. He's got 2 receivers at the top. He's got single coverage down here and about a foot advantage. He's going to give the ball on a zone read over here to the left-hand side, and he's not going anywhere. I'm telling you right now, what a great tackle. That was number 3, Michael Green. Or I'm sorry, that was number 8.
I believe.
That was number 8, Jamal Patterson. Caught him in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. Brings up second down and 11 for the Raiders. Got number 5 out here, Devontae Pete, wide receiver. He's got about a foot on Justin Morgan. Morgan's backing off now. Freebeck's looking to his right-hand side. He's throwing that seam pattern, and he couldn't get it to ball to him because he had the inside linebacker in the lane. Okay. And that'll bring up third down real quick, Ryan, in 10 yards. So the Raiders' game plan so far has been stopped.
Well, I know they watched a bunch of film on Deerfield Beach this past week, but I'm not sure if they watched any home field games because I don't think they were prepared coming into this game for this field. I mean, you can see it at home. This field is horrendous. I mean, there's not much grass. There's not too many lines on the field, so it's very difficult to see where the ball is supposed to line up. So it's going to be an interesting night for both of these teams because not only is it sand and muck, but we had a downpour probably 25 minutes before the game started. So, hey, it's week 10. They've had enough practice to put this stuff together. Hopefully they've been practicing in the rain some or they at least soak the balls down for the quarterbacks and the wide receivers so they can get some reps in. But I'm excited for this game. I'm excited because, this is football weather. This is really going to show what kind of talent you really have on both sides of the field because, like you said before, it neutralizes both teams. So,
well, here they go. Raiders have the ball, third down, their 49-yard line. Third down and 10 yards. Freebeck's looking back over the middle. He's got an out pattern, deep out, wide open. In between the corner and the safety, and he read it, and I saw it. It's a pickup of about 20.
And that's number
That'll
13
bring him up
on the reception.
inside the 30-yard line. First down for the Raiders. Ball's placed on a 25-yard line.
And don't want to forget about the running backs. Madre London and Deltron Sands tonight going to be carrying the rock.
Trips to the bottom side. Freebeck's looking to his left. He throws it to a quick stop pattern. He's got number 18, Jawan Harris, on the reception. Picks up about 5 or 6 yards. Maybe he's found his groove. Brings it down. Second down and about 2 yards. Got trips to the top side. Freebeck's got one single back in the backfield. He's got Devontae Pete down here on the bottom. Single coverage. He's going to give a zone read right up the middle. That's going to be a touchdown. He's going to bull over that safety, and that's big. London.
That is big. That is a great run.
Making
by
that
London.
happen.
Absolutely. Great run. Way to put some points on the board for the Raiders. They could use it. A little frustration out there for Deerfield.
25-yard zone read, slamming, jamming right up the middle and right over the top at the 2-yard line. The free safety.
I believe that was number 7 on the tackle, but didn't come up with it.
Well, the extra point is up, and it's good. You'll see that the Raiders take the lead 7-0 with 4:57 left on the clock. As they take a break, we too will take a break. You're watching High School Sports on Hspn, presented by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us, folks.
High school football prime time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. The KDA Foundation is a 501c3 non-for-profit youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth. We address vital issues concerning transitional phases of primary and secondary education through sports and academic advisory camps, health and wellness programs, and athletic scholarships, grant and aid assistant programs for college. To find more information, check us out at www.kdafoundation.org.
We're back to live action. Raiders just scored. London zone read, 15 yards right up the middle. Bulldozed over the free safety at the 2-yard line for a score. Lyman did an impressive job of opening that hole, big hole. The Raiders will kick off. It's another high kick down about the 20-yard line. Ball's brought out to about the 29-yard line, and the Bucks will take over on their own 18-yard line. 1st and 10. Impressive drive by the Raiders. It looks like the Raiders of old, not the first series. And, I'm looking at the field, and I really haven't seen it besides the one play where Denarius did roll to the right, and he did slip and fall. Hadn't been effect, tonight. So far, as long as they're not going to make cut back up the field. And there's Denarius, look back to his right-hand side. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket. No, he's not. He's going to be sacked for a big loss. And you know who's in there. 97 Bows. And two other, the big defenders for the Raiders. That is a big loss. 15-plus yards, going to bring up second down in forever. Not going to be able to afford to have those tonight, Ryan.
No, you're not. Especially against St. Thomas.
Yeah, those losses are going to add up. It's way too much pressure for your quarterback. But here we go. 4-11 first quarter. Raiders up 7-0. They've got trips to the bottom side. Single coverage up top. Denarius is looking over the middle. Now he's out to the outside. Great catch out here. Number 7, Justin Morgan. What soft hands that young man has. Catches it over the 23-yard line. And I just like the touch that Denarius has. And the touch that Justin Morgan with those soft hands. You know, this year passing, Denarius Graham has 53 completions for 1,050 yards with 9 touchdowns. He only has 3 interceptions. Not bad for 9 games, I'm sorry. Got trips to the bottom side again. He's looking to his right again. Real out, but he's going to take off out of the pocket, and he's going to be hit. Taken down for about a 2-yard gain, but that's not going to be enough for a first down. It's going to bring up fourth down and 13 or 11 yards. It's going to bring up another punting situation for the Bucks. And they went. They looked good. They sputtered a little bit, and they didn't get that first down. And they're going to need to start keeping the Raiders' offense off the field. And the punter is going to start. Actually, the punter is punting into the wind. He's punting from west to east, and we've got a good sea breeze coming off the ocean. And there you go. He gets a good punt off this time, but it's going to take, it takes a Bucks bounce down inside about the 37, 38-yard line, so that's much better. Taking them a little bit to get warmed up. The guys were out here earlier when I was down on the field, and a monsoon came blowing through. So I remember way back in the day, we used to hate getting the uniforms soaked right before the game, especially those shoes, but we had those old-timey shoes, not these flashy, nice stuff that weighed like a feather. Well, here we go. The Raiders got the ball again late in the first quarter. Freebeck's got a 22 set, single back in the backfield. He gives that zone read again right up the middle to London, and I'll tell you what, if they don't tighten up the middle, Ryan, London was about to break another big one because there was no free safety. He's tripped up and brought down for a 6-yard loss, but I'm going to tell you they're going to keep attacking that and attacking that. Cover 2, Bucks are caught in with no free safety. London's going to take it to the house.
Yeah, he's a great running back, and he showed something good earlier today. Puts the first points on the board. And they're going to give it to him again, and he is going to get eaten up. And it's always nice to see, you know, you got some big boys on the St. Thomas side.
That was number 12.
They got some big boys over there, and I know the Deerfield Beach Bucks were real excited for this game because the expectations and the hype of just playing what they like to say over at Deerfield, the golden child, the golden boys. So,
yeah, that was number 18 on the tackle. A nice tackle. Brings up that was a loss. Brings up a long gain. Freebeck is back. He's got a wide open receiver, number 13, bringing it down here inside the 35-yard line. That's Sean Bender.
And he's taking it down the field. That's what I like to see.
You know, Sean did the same thing last week when he was up at Plantation. He ran that long drag pattern across the field. And as he got across the field and opened up, Freebeck needs a lot of time to do that.
Well, we got a penalty.
Yep, we do.
On the play.
Yes, we do. He runs that long drag pattern across the field, and when he does that, it opens up. Freebeck has that kind of time. He's going to pick him out, and he made about 2 or 3 of those kind of catches last week for Plantation, and it literally moved the ball down into scoring position twice when Bender did that. Well, they're going to step it off. Coaches are going to go crazy, which they are over there.
Yeah, they're not going to like that too much. I like watching St. Thomas. They're very well-rounded offense. They get in that pro set. they'll run it down your throat, but at the same time, they'll fake it and they'll go downtown on you.
22 set. Freebick is back. He's got a receiver wide open out to the right-hand side. You better make a tackle.
And it's
broken
caught.
tackle, and he's bringing it down to inside the 30-yard line.
And that's London again.
London
I like seeing
again.
that. Not only does he run it, but he's going to go out there and he's going to catch it.
My goodness, he broke 3 tackles out there, Ryan. And he picked up 35 yards.
Are you sure it's 35? I mean, you can't really see the lines out there.
Well, I'm doing my best through these windows, and, you know, which is high school football. Freebick's looking to the left-hand side. He's throwing a fade out here. Number 5 is open.
Ooh.
Great play by Morgan.
Great play. Fired up. Love to see that kind of stuff.
Justin goes up. If Freebeck puts a little bit more on that ball, then you will have a touchdown. But once again, just like Brandon Powell, Morgan goes up and makes a great tip of the ball, which keeps it away from the end zone.
And Morgan is playing both sides of the ball.
Yes, Morgan and Powell are playing both sides of the ball. This is a little reminiscence of Plantation, isn't it, Ryan?
It is. And that's what I was thinking coming into this game.
2nd down and 10, gives the ball to London. Up the middle, it's wide open in the middle again. They're going to have to tighten up in the middle of the line there.
Those running backs, anyone that has a ball in their hands, the only advice I'm going to give them is keep your feet under you.
Well,
because there's going to be a lot of slipping and sliding.
They're bringing the ball back this time again. I don't see the carpet, but dirty laundry. But they must have come out because it was a pickup close to a 1st down. And they're going to bring it back. To the 35-yard line.
And those penalties are going to kill you. And I know those coaches over St. Thomas, they're going nuts right now. Discipline.
Yes,
Discipline is key in games such as this.
Well, we're driving it down to the 1st quarter. It looks like, they're going to call, Deerfield Bucks are going to call timeout with under 20 seconds left on the clock. As they take a break, we too will take a break. Folks, you're watching High School Sports on Hspn, brought to you by and presented by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us.
This timeout was brought to you by Smart Programs. Smart Programs are free academic mentoring and sports training camps. Smart Programs provide awareness seminars, tutoring, and training, including certified teachers, coaches, role models, and community leaders. Available for local schools and organizations. www.kdafoundation.org. And we're back. Once again, high school football prime time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Deerfield Beach Bucks, the undefeated Bucks, welcome home St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders with only 1 loss on the season. Had them last week against Plantation. Should be an interesting one tonight.
Well, Freebick is back. He's got 2nd down and 20. He's got all day long. He throws it out, get it out of bounds. Throws it way over the head of Devontae Pete. Wasn't even close. And they've got 3rd down and about 20. He got taken down hard as well.
A little shaken up on the play. There's one thing about Wade, quarterback for St. Thomas. It's not very fast. Checked on ESPN his recruiting. He's got runs about a 5.2, 4.4 shuttle, but he is definitely a pocket passer.
He's looking deep down the left-hand side. He throws it down the middle. It's going to be picked off. And that might be Morgan that has the ball. I think it's Morgan.
That's number 1.
That's number 1 for the Bucks.
James
Levine makes a great pick, overthrows the ball. First turnover of the game, only Freebeck's 2nd interception of the season. Levine brings it out to the 32-yard line of the Bucks, and what a turnover.
Wow, great play.
He runs out the first quarter. They're going to move the ball down the field. As they move the ball down the field, folks, stay with us. You're watching Hspn, presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us.
This timeout was brought to you by the Coral Springs Spine and Nerve Center, providing superior health and balance through chiropractic. At Coral Springs Spine and Nerve, we focus on the cause of the issue and not the resulting factor. We meet all of our patients' expectations and beyond. Here, you're not a patient, you're family. www.coralspringsspineandnerve.com. Well, coming into the second quarter of the game, St. Thomas up by 7 points over the Bucks, but a change in possession causes the Bucks to get the ball. They got the ball, and Levine takes it down the field for a Bucks interception.
Wow. Well, going to try to throw it again. Denarius is out to the right-hand side. He's going to take off. Big block out there. No penalty flag and all that for about a yard, but he just blindsided, cold-cocked the guy.
Yes, he did. And he is upset about that.
Yeah, he would be upset. That blindside got him, and that was, I'm sorry, that was more than a 1 yard gain. That was an 11-yard gain. It is very difficult to see the markers on the other side.
And it is awesome to see Denarius out there running around in the muck.
He took off, too. He took off, and that's where he's dangerous. Trips to the top side. Going to give on his own read, and he is just going to be stuffed in the backfield by big number 95. Anthony Moten. That's a loss of about 4 yards for the Bucks. Those are some big boys.
And it looks like we got a little rainfall again.
Yep, it does look like there's a little rain. Make sure it's not coming in here, which it is. We're going to back up some of this equipment.
And it is coming down hard and sideways.
Well, the Bucks line up. Second down and 11. Denarius is looking left, but he's being pressured, and he cannot hold on to the ball that long and take a 25-yard loss like that.
And that is tough. It's tough for the quarterback move around in the pocket.
Yeah, and Denarius has to make a decision and go with it. It brings up third down and forever. Bucks have the ball. And I'm trying to tell where it is, around the 30-yard line, about the 28-yard line. Give the ball as zone read. Very difficult to see now. It looks like Morgan may have got it on a handoff. Difficult to see, folks, because it's pouring down rain and the windows now have rain all over them. So we're going to give it a best shot. It's going to bring up fourth down and forever, and the Bucks are going to end up punting the ball back to the Raiders. Well, there's only 7 points on the board. The Raiders had something going. Wow, that's almost a block punt. And that rain is coming down hard. Big bounce out inside. Looks like the 20-yard line where the Raiders will take over. And, folks, you can see it on the screen. This rain is coming down.
And it's coming down, and hopefully our cameraman doesn't get too wet.
You got Elijah Thompson out there. Doing okay. Got the thumbs up. We got it going on inside, and hey, it was like this. Remember Trash Pal, Ryan, when we were holding the wood?
Yes.
We were trying to hold the wood and had one hand on the wood and the camera.
Yes, Trash Pal, old stadium. but it's always an interesting time.
Coming through. Got an I formation. Freebeck gives it right up the middle to London. He's going to try to bust out to the left-hand side, and what he ends up doing is busting a 2-yard loss. Great pursuit by the outside linebackers of the Bucks. Bring up second down, and looks like they're going to see where they're going to mark it. Yep, second down and about 12 yards. Freebeck brings them up in an I formation. Single wide receivers. Cover 3. He gives it up the middle again to London, and London may only get it to the yard mark, the original line of scrimmage. The wind is blowing this rain down in sheets.
There we go. Here's a shot of the rain. Little rain. Hey,
and a lens that's wet. See, the rain drops on the lens. Well, brings up third down in 10 yards. Freebeck gives it to London again off the right-hand side. He barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. This rain has kind of shut down everything that's going on. It's going to bring up fourth down for the Raiders, and they're going to need to punt. Dangerous territory. Dangerous territory now.
And he gets it off the side of his foot. That's a decent punt in the rain.
It's bouncing in the muck.
And Powell, he wants a piece of it, but he's not going to get any of it. 5 Raiders down there.
Punts it down to about the 43-yard line. So the Bucks will take over in the monsoon. We're loving it here in the box.
Well, this is football weather.
We've got Elijah Thompson out there in the elements doing a great job with camera 2. Forget camera 1. And forget camera 3. But we're getting it done. As long as they don't put the umbrellas up in front of him, we're good to go.
And it looks like they got some umbrellas out there. So we'll have to get them out of the way.
Well, it gives to Powell right up the middle. He busts a couple tackles. Brings it out close over the 50-yard line. Let me make sure that is Powell. Yep. Puddles beginning to form on the field right out there just over the 50-yard line. And Denarius has got a pistol backfield. Ball is loose.
And he lost the ball.
Ball is still loose. And it looks like
Deerfield Beach recovered it.
It did. The lineman, nope. St. Thomas Aquinas has it, and one of the linemen tried to scoop it and score, and instead of getting on it, and they did finally get on it, man, the snap was just all over the place. And you can't blame it because it's sitting in the muck. But the Raiders are going to take over with great field position, and Big London, who all they have to do is give the ball off to him on a zone read, and they can do some work. Going to send those starters out there again. The guys playing both ways. They are right in the middle of the muck, and folks, you can see it. There are water pockets everywhere, and those are low muck pockets. The ball's loose again. The Raiders fumble it from snap. Freebeck never gets the ball from the center, and it looks like they recovered it. Penalty flag is going to go down because there's roughing. Personal foul it's going to be. Getting a little bit impatient. As they get impatient down there because the ball's flying all over the place. It's a mess.
It is.
It's a personal foul. It's going to be on the Raiders, and they are going to have a problem. They're going to have to move the ball back 10 more yards. It's going to be good for the Bucks. It's going to keep them. They're going to try to keep them on the hash where there's a little less mud.
Well, we haven't had to cover a game like this all season. It's exciting.
Well, when you covered Trask Powell, they're on artificial turf. So
yeah, artificial turf.
Big difference.
They got it good out there. But that old stadium, they got it good. Deerfield Beach, though, Butler Stadium, it's a pretty decent stadium besides the field. So hopefully we got a nice donor. The coaches asked. Hopefully, get a nice donor tuned in tonight.
Well, the Raiders have the ball at the 50-yard line. The ball is London right up the middle, and he picks up about 5 yards, but he's got about another 17 to go for the first down. Rain has absolutely shut everything down except us. Crowd is out of it.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty hard. Didn't expect this kind of weather tonight. But once we got everything situated, we are good to go. And once again, I want to welcome some of these Deerfield Beach players on the offensive side of the ball. And as you can see, remember, coaches that are tuned in tonight, there's a live ticker feed at the bottom of the screen. If you see a player that you're interested in, make sure you check them out. Click on the name and the number, and it'll take you to their highlights.
Freebeck's is going to throw the ball. He's scrambling to his right-hand side. He throws it down the middle, and it's just short, but my goodness. Even when they try to run and cut, there's no cutting going on. They're kind of squaring off their cuts, and that's going to bring in a punt situation. So if they get a decent punt, they're really going to back the Bucks up, and it may be just perfect for defensive strategy to get them back there near their end zone. The referees call a timeout, a water timeout. We too will take a timeout. You're watching High School Sports on Hspn, presented by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us.
High School Game Day brought to you by HSPN, High School Production Network. The High School Production Network is the #1 high school sports broadcast network in the nation, bringing you high school sports and events by the high school student for the high school student. HSPN is in place to provide internships for all high school students that have a passion for broadcasting. HSPN is providing opportunities for students to use their passion to not only pursue a great college education, but to endure real-life experiences through a viable entity. To find out more information on HSPN, check us out at www.hspnsports.com. Back to live action coming from Butler Stadium. What a night it is in South Florida. Got the monsoons coming off the ocean. You got mud all over the place. But you got high school football, and it's coming to you live. And we love to watch it. Hope you're enjoying it tonight.
We do it live, that's for sure. We've got our cameraman Elijah soaked, but he's got that camera out there dry. We had to set a couple people, move him out of the way. You see a few umbrellas as long as they don't pop up. Well, here goes the punt. St. Thomas, see if they can get this punt off. Got a deep back. Can't even tell the yard.
And he muffs the snap, but he still gets it off. And Morgan is going to pick it up.
Morgan picks the ball up, and he's taking quite a few hits. Matter of fact, he was on the ground when he took a few hits. So the Bucks will take over the ball at about the 25, 26-yard line. And this is getting interesting.
I can't believe he got that punt off. He muffed the snap. That ball is soaked, and he still got it off.
I can't believe Morgan came up and took the ball. He must be obviously his hands or gloves are dry.
I don't think too much is dry out there.
Well, the Bucks have the ball. Still a little time left in the second quarter. See if they can put some points on the board. Anything can happen in this kind of weather. Ball's given on a zone read right up the middle. He might have picked up 3 yards, and I can't tell if that was Powell or Arian McNeil. It sounded like McNeil.
I believe Powell's coming off the field right now.
Yep, Brandon's coming off the field. He had his helmet knocked off, so he has to come off for one play. Brings up 2nd down and 8. The rain is starting to drop down a little bit. Denarius Graham brings him up. 2 backs in the backfield. He's got a double tight, giving the ball right up off tackle on a power offense. And that was probably McNeil on the hand. And it looks like there's a buck rolling around, but he's going to get up. Yeah, that was McNeil, number 2. And Brandon Powell is going back into the game. He's not making a lot of he's not running out there, is he, Ryan?
No, not really. It's interesting to see him play in the rain on this muck, but it's a good thing. You get to see all shapes and sizes. Miami, they're going to get a good look at him tonight.
Hey, we've got 2 number 1 teams here, folks. Both of them are district champions, one in big-time 8A football, and the other one, that's the Bucks, and the Raiders are district champs for 7A. They're getting ready to get their place in the playoffs, and the playoffs start next week. And here we go. About 5 yards. Denarius throws it out here to the right side. It's a catch, tipped off catch. Oh, my goodness.
And you're not going to make any moves like that tonight. You got to keep your feet up under you. It's interesting to see these 5-star athletes try and move around like they usually do in that dry weather. But they're not going to be making too many crazy moves tonight.
That was Jamal Patterson, I believe, and he picked up about 25, and he caught the ball, but he tipped it, and he stayed with it. He caught it. He broke one tackle, and then he tried to make a cut on the inside. There's no way on this field turf. But he brings it down for a first down inside about the 45-yard line of the Raiders. Going to be a cross buck for the Bucks. Looks like the give is to Powell. There's no way he's going to cut up. I can tell he's a flashing running back. He picked up maybe 1 yard, and it's very difficult to see through these windows if it was McNeil or Powell. And I can't tell. I can see him, but I can't see the number. It brings up second down and 10 yards. Still some time left in the second quarter for the Bucks to get on the board, and it'd be nice for them to get in the locker room. We had a little wide receiver movement out here, but there's no flag. Give is off the left-hand side. That is to McNeil, and he picks up about 3 yards. It's going to be third down and 7. And they're actually pacing that ball, Ryan, well, they were getting ready to set the ball down in a puddle.
Well, it's good to see McNeil out there running around. Had a chance to see him yesterday at practice. Had his foot taped up. He suffered an injury these past couple weeks, but ran me down. Made sure he got his picture taken for tonight's broadcast. So I said, okay, he must be starting today. So it's good to see him out there.
Well, the Bucks are on the Raiders' 40-yard line, about third down and 7. If they're going to maintain this drive, they're going to need a first down. Give is outside, and they got the edge. That's Brandon Powell lowering the boom, and he does get enough for the first down. Picks up about 7 or 8. It looks like where the referee's marking it. It's very, very close to the first down. He's keeping the clock running. I don't see the chains moving, so actually, there they go. They're going to stop the clock now, and they're going to, it looks like they're going to measure this. And that'll be fun. The chain gang gets to come all the way across through the mud.
Hopefully no one falls. They won't be too excited about that.
Well, we've got a little over a minute left in the second quarter. The Raiders are up by 7 points. If the Bucks could get one in this last minute, they could make it interesting. 2 number 1 teams, and the Bucks are undefeated. Been a long time since the Bucks have, number 1, beaten the Raiders, number 2, won a district, number 3, been undefeated. So this is a big feat for Coach Jackson and his whole crew over here, doing a great job, and for Athletic Director Tazi doing a great job over here at Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Yeah, and it should be an interesting rest of the game. Probably won't be high score for both sides of the ball, but it's I expected them to come out, and Plantation, they did a great job last week. St. Thomas didn't come out so well on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, they measured it. They measured it as a first down.
I'm sure they came out prepared today, but weren't prepared for the rain.
Well, they've got a minute left. In that minute, let's see if they can put some points on the board. They're down 7-0. Another cross buck. Powell, he's going to try to make it to the left-hand side. He stays in bounds. Let's see if the referee still got the clock moving. Brandon didn't get out of bounds. He picked up about 2 or 3 yards, but he would have been wise that close to the sideline to get out of bounds. Coach gives Denarius, check that, a play. Denarius brings him up. Now he's going to spread him out. He's got single coverage on the top side. Pitches it wide out there to Powell. He makes it to the right side. He's down to the 10-yard line, the 5. He's in a touchdown. Brandon Powell scores quick from about his own 30-yard line, and he didn't have to make many cuts. He just had to make the edge, and there was no cornerback there to save Brandon Powell on his 30-yard jaunt to the end zone. There you go, folks.
A quick pitch out there by Denarius. Great play by Brandon, getting around the edge, running in that muck.
Bringing this game close and going to get them fired up at halftime, assured. Now let's see if that kicker's shoe doesn't weigh 30 pounds where he might be able to pound one through the uprights and tie this game up. That's exciting football. And it all came from that great catch made down here inside the 40-yard line, Jamal Patterson, where he tipped the ball up and broke it out and got that first down for the Bucks, kept the drive alive. Then you just saw Brandon get the first down. They spread him out. No corner at home. Brandon takes it around the edge. Ball is fumbled. And they're not going to make the extra point. And no way to hold that snap.
That's never good to see.
Well, it's going to remain a 7-6 ball game. We saw that last week as well, where Plantation, it wasn't this kind of weather, but they didn't get their extra point, and it was a bad snap as well, but they didn't get it in, and it ended up with 6 points. We'll see what happens tonight. They're down by 1 point, but they're going to go into halftime, and they've got to feel good about that, Ryan.
They do. 33 seconds left coming into the half, and it's been a rough first half for both teams in the muck, in the rain. So it should be interesting. Should be interesting to see what Coach Jackson's going to do during halftime. Little pep talk.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and they've got all the tools. This field depends on what the weather does. It looks like it's almost stopped raining, and maybe at halftime it'll drain a little bit, but it's not likely because this is a lot of muck in the field. You're seeing the sand rise to the top, but we're going to see how this ball gets kicked off, see what happens with the last 30 or so seconds. It's a nice squib kick, but whistle is blown dead. Brandon makes a great run around the right-hand side. All he had to do was make the edge, which he did, and he took it to the paint.
Well, with 33 seconds left, you think they'll take it into the locker room, or they'll maybe get one more play in?
I think they're going to be content with downing the ball, going in, drying it up a little bit. They got a 1-point lead, and come back out and just say, hey, let's get a W. Let's not get injured. This field is the sloppiest field they played on in years, and on both sides of the ball, because remember, they've got to go into the playoffs, and they want to go into playoffs healthy, and the only way they can go in healthy is if they're able to not get any injuries from this game or something silly happen on this kind of turf where they could easily twist a upper ankle sprain.
Right. There's a lot of pride going into this game, and like you said, they got a long season. They're going into playoffs, and they still got a long way to go. Last thing they need is slip up, get an injury or two against these high-powered teams that are going to play in the playoffs.
Well, it's caught at the 30-yard line, and boy, he's got a big hole up in the middle.
That's number 7 on the return.
That's number 7 is James Oliphant. He brings it up over the 50-yard line, and they didn't start the clock very much because it was 31, and they ran off more than that, but we're going to see the answer to your question, Ryan, when they bring it out and set it up on the ball now. Brandon Powell, who just scored that touchdown, has 105 carries for 1,147 yards this season and 18 touchdowns. It's pretty phenomenal. Aaron McNeil has 102 carries for 904 yards and 14 touchdowns. Yeah, they're going to be content to Freevick's going to kneel down and get their bodies into that locker room, dry up a little bit, find a couple balls, and that'll wind up the second half. Folks, stay with us. We're going to have videos for you, a video footage from some highlight video footage you'll be able to see. Stay with us. We're going to take a quick break. And also, we should have the principal of Deerfield Beach High School up here, and I hope she's able to make it up here. I know it is pouring down rain, but stay with us for that interview. We'll be right back. You're watching High School Sports on Hspn, brought to you by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation.
This halftime report by National Collegiate Recruiting Association. NCRA Sports is a national recruiting service giving student athletes of all sports the opportunity to get the needed national exposure to use their athletic ability to help pay for a great education. Students and coaches, please sign up at www.ncrasportsnetwork.com. There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
We're here, we got your back.
And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. And now it's up to us to keep it alive.
If you're sitting out there and you're wondering, you have to start that process.
Education comes first. You never know what the future holds.
Gave me a better opportunity to make it in life. Live your dreams.
How far are you willing to go?
Down the Bruce Room, great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste, you found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room, great taste is just the beginning.
The Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation is a youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth.
KDA just partnered up with University of Miami for these community-based projects as far as the athletes coming out and talking about athletics becoming bigger, faster, and stronger, and KDA talking about becoming a great student. Can you share with us the recent partnership with KDA and the city of Pompano Beach in bringing these type activities?
Well, I think Keeping Dreams Alive is doing an awesome thing. We noticed that from the jump, and we think this could be a partnership for a long time just because of what you guys believe in, what you stand for, and you kind of correlate with what we do. So it's awesome what you guys do in this community, and that's the number one thing, is to give back to these kids and let them understand that we're here for them. Anything we could do to give back, we're here. So KDA is doing an awesome thing, and we're just happy that we're partnering up with you guys to do that as well.
Yeah, it's great to see the kids in the summertime, have this opportunity at this beautiful facility with your organization, and just having that sense of giving back. Because a lot of times, the kids sitting around during the summer, and to see the collegiate level come back, give back to the community, have you guys put this on for the kids, it's really special. All ages too. You got preschool kids working with college kids and the high school kids pushing themselves. It's a really neat opportunity for everybody.
My name is Stephen Morris, quarterback, University of Miami, born and raised in Miami, Florida. I think you got to be a level-headed person. My mom and dad do a great job of making sure that I'm always on top of my things, especially with academics. And when it comes to schoolwork, I got to put that first. and definitely preparing for games. And throughout game weeks, I really holler at my coaches, make sure that we're on the same page with each other. And, you know, it's just really good on time management.
All right, and last but not least, we deal with a lot of student athletes out there in pursuing a scholarship of a graduation in college. What advice you got for any student athletes pursuing college?
To just keep working, just to always make sure that, you know, staying positive with your coaches, communicating with them, having an opportunity to do the right thing on and off the field, and the coaches in college will recognize you.
That made us a lot closer in understanding about dreams. Right. If they want to keep their dreams alive, the education part is the thing that gets it done. Yeah. Football sets it up, they look at it, but if I don't have the grades to be able to solidify it, nothing changes, nothing happens. So with that, that really made us stronger on the field, because guys start seeing themselves having good grades, understanding that, then they realize that I can make it. I can get a chance to get out of here and change my life. Make sure all young student athletes, the most important thing for you to do is make sure you understand that the education is paramount. That's the key to this whole deal. You know, we can talk about football and everybody can talk about how good you can run, how fast you can run, but it's a million guys out there can run just as fast, and the only thing that can set the difference between anybody is the transcript. Transcript sets everything up, put you in a position to put you over the top between, because when it's close, academics wins. So if I got my academics, I can be able to set the precedent. My dreams can come true if I got the things that I need to do. So make sure we all focus on our education. That's the key thing, no matter what you may hear out there about your stats and all that stuff, because guys with no stats and good grades go to college. Y'all guys keep up the great work, man. You're doing a tremendous job. You know, y'all keep it up, man. The kids are very appreciative of you guys.
The changes I've seen have been extremely positive. KDA has helped my boys establish exactly what direction they want to go in, and what it takes to actually be a student athlete both on and off the field. It's made a big difference. It's also made a big difference to me because I've also learned a lot of things that I didn't know as far as getting the boys into school, and the whole scholarship and the financial aid part of it.
On the impact of the BCAA football camp and partnering up with Keeping Dreams Alive.
Well, two things that go into play here. One is the value that these kids from a camp that is free and has some dynamic instruction going on the field. And then for us to have the opportunity to team up with Keeping Dreams Alive and add an academic component that gives kids awareness about clearinghouse, recruiting tips, and mentorship has just been invaluable to their future.
Any advice you got for any of those coaches out there throughout Broward County and getting Keeping Dreams Alive with these free programs to their school?
I think they're actually missing the boat, and they're doing their kids an injustice by not being involved with Keeping Dreams Alive. We need all the help we can get to offer the exposure, the experiences that everyone brings to the table for our kids, and to not make use of all the tools that we have at our disposal. It's just not good for our kids. And I think it will be very good if they just get involved and get Keeping Dreams Alive involved to assist them in the process that we're all trying to do, which is to get kids on the next level and the education that they're going to benefit from throughout their lives.
Hi, I'm Jerome McDougal, played at Blanche High School, went to University of Miami, graduated, was drafted first round, 15 pick overall to the Philadelphia Eagles. It's important for you to take advantage of all your opportunities, because sometimes you don't get another second chance. So you take advantage of your opportunities and make the best of it. Just always do your best and keep your dream alive.
My name is Aronda Gadsden. I went to Winston-Salem State University, played 70.
Well, we're back here live at Deerfield Beach High School. I'm with the principal right now, John Marlowe. Incredible program. We got the band going on. We had the monsoons coming through here, man. I mean, we've got it all up here at Deerfield Beach. What do you attribute the success of this program? An undefeated team, a team that's winning a district, and just the successes of what's going on. You have some exemplary athletes that have incredible GPAs, and coming in here not only with Hspn, with Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. A lot of our successes are in academic mentoring. What do you attribute some of the successes of this program to?
Well, there's a lot of pride and tradition here at Deerfield Beach High. We certainly have a good season going on with 9-0 record coming in, and over the years we have had those types of seasons, and it's just pride starting all the way off from when they're in elementary school, going on to the middle school, and really moving forward to not only be athletes but student athletes.
Well, that's interesting you say that. Are they in this community and they're able to go to elementary, middle, and then to Deerfield Beach High School? Is that how it works for most of the neighboring kids?
That's right. We're the only high school here in Deerfield Beach, and there's 5 elementary schools that are in our zone. Then they move into 1 middle school. We get a few kids from the surrounding 2 middle schools, but the majority of them come from the middle school, and then they move on here to the high school.
Oh, so you get to hen pick them. You got them sitting all around the neighborhood, right?
Well, we have a lot of them. You know, back in the day when we had Denard Robinson coming through here, when he was in elementary school, there was a joke that he would run around trying to get the footballs and go behind the stadium and play. So there's a lot of the elementary kids that are going to be future stars here that are running around in the stadium, getting wet tonight, and really moving forward and really loving the sport and other sports as well.
Well, you got a crosstown rival down the street, Blanche Ely. How in the world do you get this? How does that work? Because are they eligible to go to either one of the schools, or is there a dividing line between the 2 schools that they have to come to Deerfield or Blanche Ely?
There is. They do have magnet programs. You have to qualify for the magnet programs, but there's a lot of tradition and rivalry between Deerfield Beach and Blanche Ely. A lot of the kids from Deerfield play in their particular Little League, youth leagues, and then in Pompano there's one as well, and those kids have been playing against each other ever since they're in kindergarten and 1st grade. And when we have a Deerfield Beach Ely game, it's the schedules can mean nothing, or the schedules can be, or the records can be nothing, and they come out and it's a packed house and anything can happen at a Deerfield Beach Ely game.
We covered your basketball game last season, and that was one that I'll never forget. It was like a Final Four game. It blew me away personally. John, how long have you been at Deerfield Beach as principal?
This is my 7th year.
Okay, so you've been here quite a while. Where did you come from to get to Deerfield Beach?
I started off as a basketball coach at Miramar High School.
Surprise,
I was there
surprise.
for 5 years. I moved on to Piper High School, and I taught math, and I was an assistant principal at Coral Springs High School in the Walter Dix era, and then I've been here for the last 7 years.
So then you will know probably pretty fondly our Director of Education, Patrick Lowe.
I do. I wasn't there at the time Patrick was at Piper, but I do know Patrick very well.
Well, Patrick was supposed to be here tonight to interview you, but the rain probably caught him, and I'm taking care of it. Let's talk about some of the successes of the education that's going on, some of the success stories and where Deerfield Beach is today, and the vision that you have for these kids, and some of the things that may be happening in the classroom that really nobody hears about. Anywhere you want to go with it, some of those success stories that attribute to, Randy Pallett's got a 4-point+ average. What's going on in those classrooms, man?
Yeah, we have 3 dynamite magnet programs. We have 2,400 students that go here. 700 of those students are in our magnet program. We have an international baccalaureate program where it's extremely rigorous program. All the schools, there's roughly 98% of those students move on to a 4-year university. We get 25 to 30 of them that qualify for University of Florida. We usually get 2 or 3 of them that move on to the Ivy League schools, and it is extremely rigorous program. We also have a communications and broadcasting program where we have millions of dollars of equipment up in our CBA program, where they have a radio station, they have a news station up there where they do the morning news, they have lots of equipment, and it really prepares students for college and career readiness. We're looking forward for students going into college, but we want to make them career ready as well.
That's excellent. And we talk about Broadcast Magnet. We can't wait to team up with you guys and have the kids running this booth someday soon. And you've got a fantastic Broadcast Magnet here. It's not far from where we come from, and we've been in Dade County all year long. It's really refreshing to come up to Broward County and see somebody that's been in the programs and, coming from a basketball background, a coach, and now a principal. It just means it speaks so much about how you want you're looking forward to education and these kids getting to the next level. Like Keeping Dreams Alive, we're about changing one life, change a generation. And John, I want to thank you for coming to us tonight. Phenomenal game in the monsoon, 7-6. I couldn't believe you got in here. And folks, to let you know that the rain was coming down sideways. And John is here because he either got on a boat or something happened, and he is soaking wet, and I'm still dry. But Having you in the booth tonight is fantastic. How would people get in touch if they want to see something about Deerfield Beach High School? How would they find you?
They can look up deerfieldbeach.org. Or
Okay.
they can call the school directly. We certainly do for our magnet programs for the out-of-boundary students. I do personal tours of the school. I show them. We can do shadowing for students and see how great the school is. But we have a fantastic school. We have student athletes. We have academics. There's all kinds of stuff going on at Deerfield Beach High.
That's fantastic to hear. We're looking forward to following you through the playoffs. We're looking forward to catching that Deerfield Ely game, that basketball game, and that jam-packed gym. Hspn will be back, and we thank you very much for being on the air and for being so courteous for us to come up here and be able to shoot your game.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, John. Well,
whether that geometry or algebra, you just keep on trying. Persistency always pays off in life and in sports. To live your dreams.
KDA Foundation is a very good foundation. It's really tremendously helped the kids around here. I know it's helped a lot of the community kids, the neighborhood kids, and I think it's doing a good job for especially our young men here trying to get off. A lot of them don't have a lot of role models, and I think KDA is one of the first foundations that I've been around with that has truly been there for the kids and who's truly giving the kids an opportunity to be successful, to be able to branch themselves out and be positive. And there's one positive foundation that I'm going to really try to get involved in, to get my kids involved in, before they can keep their dreams alive. And the most important thing for a child is to have some dreams. And I think KDA is one of the things that's going to really help them achieve those goals. And very pleased with what they're doing. Very pleased in this message that they're giving to the kids, and very pleased in what I see around them.
My name is Coach Rodney K. Gray. I'm the head football coach at Blanchard High School in Pompano Beach, Florida. Been employed in the Broward County School System since 1990 in the capacity of a physical education teacher and football coach. I love KDA. I've been working with them for the last 3 or 4 years. They came out into the community, did some great things, along working at the FAU camp, the Miami camp, and just working the oldest grade future legend camps in the future and in the past as well. KDA keeps the dream alive by letting the kids keep their dream alive by furthering their education through sports and academics. So KDA is a great resource for this community. We should all support them, whatever function they may have at any point in time.
All right, my name is Alfonso Zodesius. I went to Blanche Ely High School, graduated year of 1996. Currently, right now, I'm employed by Brews Room Sports Bar and Grill, which I am the general manager of the Brews Room in Coral Springs, running a $6.5 million operation. So what KDA is doing with kids is a phenomenal thing, helping the kids keep their dreams alive, meaning that it's outside of sports and everything else, there's a real world. And with kids, they don't really have that comprehension, and KDA is getting them set up for life outside of sports. So it's definitely a good thing. I appreciate when Mr. Stout, Glenn Stout, came up to me and said, hey, this is an opportunity for you and Brews Room to be represented and help KDA. And I took that chance and said, hey, let me help you guys. Let me give you guys what I have, what I can contribute. And that's what, this is all about. Brews Room giving back to the community, giving back to the kids. What KDA is doing is a phenomenal thing. Definitely support KDA 110%.
This halftime report is National Collegiate Recruiting Association. NCRA Sports is a national recruiting service giving student athletes of all sports the opportunity to get the needed national exposure to use their athletic ability to help pay for a great education. Students and coaches, please sign up at www.ncrasportsnetwork.com. Welcome back. High school football prime time presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Tonight, you're witnessing the undefeated Bucks of Deerfield Beach High School take on the Raiders of St. Thomas Aquinas. We're here in Butler Stadium live, Deerfield Beach, Florida. Only the best weather in Florida. Got a mud bowl down on the field.
Tough.
And you got rain coming through the sky.
It was tough. I'll tell you, we got a great interview. Stayed with us. John Marlowe, the Deerfield Beach Bucks, and the Bucks kick off. Kick a squibber.
Got the band going hard.
Balls all over the place. Brings it up to about the 23-yard line. That was smart. Kick it and let it slide through that muck. Incredible. That band is still working it on the sideline.
Yeah, didn't even realize.
They just don't want to give it up. And I think they're going to play some more tunes down there. Well, the Raiders take the ball at their own 23-yard line. Looks like they're bringing out a nice brand new football.
Well, that won't last too long. Brand new football. They're going to break it in real good tonight.
Well, it stopped raining. We can open up. I formation, give it to London. He's barely going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. And I can see Morgan and a host of other Bucks making the tackle. Yep, high school football. Same jerseys, same uniforms, same shoes. So they're probably about 25 to 30 pounds heavier. Now, I'm not sure about the Raiders over there. Those jerseys look pretty clean.
Well, they got a big bench, so they can rotate those guys in unless they brought their laundry cleaners with them. Wouldn't be surprised.
They could have brought a couple jerseys.
Had the coaches come in earlier today as we were setting up. Man, they were bringing in suitcases full of equipment.
Yeah.
They do it right, and that's why we love it.
2nd down and 8, and the Bucks jump off sides. There's no way to get back on sides in this kind of weather. Going to bring up 2nd down and about 3 when they walk off the 5 yards. If they gave them the whole 5 yards. Yep. And make it 2nd down and 4. Raiders have the ball up around the 40-yard line. Freebick's under center. Double tight. Drop straight back. Deep drop. He throws it down the right-hand side into double coverage. Oh, my goodness. Should have been picked off.
Should have been picked off.
Looks like, is that number 2, McNeil?
That was number 1.
Number 1, Levine, another pick right through his hands. And that ball was dry, Ryan. I'm surprised that Freebick threw it into double coverage. Had a cover 3 going on. Corner came over and the safety came up, Levine. And he could climb that ladder. You saw it, folks. 3rd down now, 4 yards. Levine is back set. He gives it to London. Actually, that's not London. That's number 4. Deltron Sands has come into the game, and he picks up a 1st down.
And the junior running back stepping in for London. They got a great system going on over there at St. Thomas. Got 2 high-powered running backs. London as a senior. Sands coming in as a junior. Had a fantastic season this year, and looking forward to having a great playoff as well.
Yeah, they need to keep him healthy. Got an I formation with Deltron Sands. The I back. Gives it right up the middle to him off tackle. Big hole. My goodness gracious, you cannot cut off your inside foot, let alone on this turf, but he does pick up a 1st down. and he saw the daylight, and wow, he could get away with that on his field.
Yes, he can. That nice turf he's got out there.
First down out here close to the 50-yard line. Big hole up the middle. Call it about the 46, 47-yard line. High back in the backfield. Fake give. He throws a little out pattern over the head of Sean Bender. Little highly throw by Freebeck.
Well, with a score of 7-6, I'm interested to see what they had to say in the locker room.
Yeah, was interesting. Hey, it was a good thing they came back, and they came back in the monsoon. Well, it looks like they've got London and Sands in the backfield right now. Bringing Devontae Pete down here to the bottom side. Deerfield Bucks are in cover 2. The give is to London. He's going to try to break it off the right-hand side. He's going to break it farther, but the flag is on the field. He's going to break it down the field. 15-10 to 5. Touchdown, but I think it's coming all the way back with a hold. But the Deerfield Bucks, very interesting, Ryan. They just stopped playing.
Well, I believe they thought he stepped out of bounds. Or he was down.
It's coming all the way back. Looks like it. Illegal movement. We're going to see what the referee calls. But that's coming all the way back. And the Bucks actually stopped on that play. I think he called it the wrong way. He called it against the Bucks. It had to be against the Raiders. Because he's walking it off unless it was offsetting penalties. And it looks like it was offsetting penalties. So we're going to do it all over again at the 46-yard line. And I'm sure London's one will get that ball back. London and Sands in the backfield. London in at fullback. Sands is at tailback position. A Bender in motion. Going to run off tackle to the right-hand side. Sands is going to try to get to the edge. No way. Big tackle.
I'm telling you, that defense, they came out to play tonight for the Bucks.
Loss of about 4 yards. I believe that was James Pierre, number 6. Hope I got the right guy. They got stuff all over the jerseys.
Yes, it was James. Only a sophomore coming into this game.
Freebeck single back in the backfield. Deltron Pete, bottom side. 3-step drop. He's throwing to the right-hand side. Little out pattern, incomplete. In and out of the hands of the receiver. That brings up 4th down and 13, and it going to make the Raiders going to punt here. Bucks are going to get the ball back. Stop them on the first series out of the half. Coach has got to be happy about that. Now, let's see what the Bucks offense can do with this. Down by 1 point. Got himself a fresh ball out there. Nice snap. Nice deep spiral. Caught back at the 15-yard line. Taken out of bounds at about the 20. That might have been Oliphant. First down for the Bucks on their own 21-yard line. Bringing them back out. Got to be in shape. They got 10 games. This is their 10th game. Like you said, Ryan, they've been playing a lot of football, and there's a lot of players playing both ways. So they've got to be in shape.
And we'll see what Daenerys can do.
Well, Daenerys brings them up. And Daenerys calls a timeout because I don't believe the offense looked a little bit confused. As they take a timeout, you want to go to the offensive line.
Yeah, we'll check them out. It's had a couple rough patches during the game. Want to get a chance for the coaches tuned in with us tonight. Check out some of these athletes that are looking for a home, especially for some of these seniors. As you can see, the offensive line for the Bucks. Check out some of these receivers. You've seen Brandon Powell all over the place tonight, as well as Justin Morgan at the running back position. Once again, Brandon Powell, Aaron McNeil, and maybe we'll get a chance to see a little bit of Alex Pierre tonight. And at quarterback, Denarius Graham, doing a great job controlling this offense, and maybe they can put some points on the board.
Yeah, Denarius has 13 touchdowns this season, combined rushing and passing. Quite an athlete. First time we've seen him tonight, and he's impressive. Got a sort of a pistol set. Oh my goodness. The towel, he throws a towel up in the air. I don't know what that was.
I'm not sure if he threw the towel on purpose or it just came off with his hand.
I'm telling you, it looked like a trick. I thought it was some kind of trickarooski there. But they got a yard out of it, and he got his towel back. He's got a full towel on him. I'm not sure what that's all about. Brings up 2nd down and 9. Pitch is a quick pitch out here to Brandon Powell. Out to the edge, same one he scored on before. Could be a penalty. There we go. Late hit out of bounds. Going to be picking up more yardage than that. They already had the first down. They're going to pick up 15 more. And they're going to love that. And Brandon's going to take that all day long. Exceptional athlete coming out of Deerfield Beach, Florida. A commit to the University of Miami. An impressive young man. We've interviewed him 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember him as a sophomore training out there on the beach. That's why he's so good at running on this muck, because he's used to training out there on the sand.
He is, and this young man has over a 4.0, folks. And you heard the principal talk about academics here. It's no cakewalk. Well, they're almost out to the 50-yard line here, just inside the 50. There's a little crossbuck given, and it's fumbled. Brandon fumbles the ball out of bounds, a loss of about 3. That ball, or his body, is wet, sandy, dirty, and he didn't put that ball away. It wasn't going to gain much, but he was lucky. Literally threw the ball out of bounds. Bring up 2nd down and 13. Midway through the 3rd quarter. Still 7-6. Great ball game. Be playing this, and it looks like it's drying up. Denarius gives the ball to Brandon again. He's going to hit hard, and that is Goldberg. I told you, folks, Goldberg is a beast. This young man, coaches, he isn't signed anywhere. He's not committed anywhere. Are you kidding? Goldberg, number 52. Yeah, he's on that ticker. Check him out. And if you can't find him, we can find him, and I'm sure you get with St. Thomas Aquinas, they will find him. That young man is a beast. I was on the field with him. He is all over the field. It's another loss, about 3 yards. 3rd down and about 16. And Denarius is going to roll out to the left-hand side. He's a shoestring tackle out there by number 10. Makes a great tackle. Christopher Hart, the other outside linebacker. 2 linebackers making big plays, Hart and Goldberg. The heart of this Raiders defense. They lose another 4 yards, 4th down and almost 20 yards. And they're going to give the ball back to the Raiders. 2 exceptional linebackers, Ryan.
Absolutely. Making some big plays. Had the chance to see their highlight tapes. If you get a chance, make sure you check out those highlight tapes. They are all over the place, making huge plays throughout the season.
Last week and this week. Short kick is going to bounce out of bounds just inside the 40-yard line. And, yeah, Ryan, you know, last week they played Plantation for the district championship, and Goldberg was a main factor in that game. They only allowed Plantation, who averages over 44 points a game, to score 6 points.
Yeah, and if you didn't get a chance to check out that game, make sure you see it on YouTube. Final score came out 16 St. Thomas over Plantation 6, and it was very unfortunate for Plantation coming out there, and you had guys playing both ways, and Chris Lamons, the quarterback for Plantation, actually came out of the game around the third quarter, I believe, and it just went all downhill from there for Plantation. They had a backup plan. It didn't work out too well. St. Thomas, they came back out, finally made some adjustments on the offensive side of the ball, and they put up 16 points. Not the highest score for the St. Thomas this year, but hey, they came out with the district championship, both undefeated, both coming into that game undefeated, 3-0 in the district, and both teams losing to Miramar High School. So I know they came in there was a lot of pride in that game, but St. Thomas, they came out on top.
Well, here's the Bucks. The Raiders take over. Here's the Bucks that average 44 points a game, and they've got 6 points on the board. Deja vu from Plantation. There's London. Give off the right-hand side. That is a big boy, and he doesn't wrap him up. He is breaking 2, 3, 4, 5 tackles before he picks up 6 yards. And once again, if you look at the opponents of each one of these teams, St. Thomas only allows the opponents 7 points average this season. Deerfield Bucks only allow opponents 11 points. So it doesn't surprise me this is a 7-6 ball game, because their defenses are capable of shutting down high-powered offenses, and they've done it all season. They just happen to be shutting down each other's offense. I formation, Freebeck is looking down to a fade pattern. He's a push-off. He gets away with it. Morgan definitely got pushed off. That was number 5, Devontae Pete. And Morgan was looking around at the ref.
Just out of the reach.
It was nice. He was looking off his inside shoulder. Freebeck smartly threw it to the outside. Sideline became his friend. And Pete spun around after a little push-off and just outstretched from his outstretched hands. Had to bring up third down and short. Well, about 4 yards. You got Sands and London, back in the backfield to give his London, and he's met by some big boys for a loss of about 3 or 4 yards. And if I can get the number, it's number 66 for the Bucks. Alfred Smith.
We got a player down.
Looks like number 33. Caddis has got cramps. And as they do if they have an injury timeout, we'll take a timeout as well. You're watching high school sports, folks, on Hspn, presented by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us.
High school football prime time, presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. The KDA Foundation is a 501c3 non-for-profit youth organization that specializes in empowering communities and providing opportunities for academic and athletic growth. We address vital issues concerning transitional phases of primary and secondary education through sports and academic advisory camps, health and wellness programs, and athletic scholarships, grant and aid assistant programs for college. To find more information, check us out at www.kdafoundation.org. Back to live action. Butler Stadium. The Bucks just 1 point shy of the tie.
Well, the cramps have subsided a bit. He's able to make his way off the field. And, yeah, the Raiders are going to have to punt the ball again. Got their punt formation. Justin Morgan, the short man. See who's back there, set way back. There's a short punt, low, good bouncer. Still bouncing down the field inside the 20-yard line to about the 16-yard line. That was Brandon Powell back there to receive the punt. Brings up first down for the Bucks. And they need to make something happen quick, because if you keep Aquinas in the game, they're going to grind you. And they're going to keep grinding you until they find an opening, and they're going to score. So they need to put some points on the board.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do. St. Thomas, I know they're itching to get some more points on the board. This is too close for them, especially the last game of the season. It's not, doesn't mean anything, really, except for pride.
It means a lot for a team to go undefeated. Well, Nery's rolling out to the left-hand side, going to throw it. No, he's going to cut back to the right-hand side. He's got all kind of room. He's throwing it deep down here. Jump ball. Morgan makes a, oh my goodness, in and out of the hands of Morgan. Denarius throws that ball up. He had 2 receivers with 1 defender.
Threw it a mile long.
He did. And Morgan had that ball, but it came out. And they'll bring it all the way back.
And that's a big play by the Bucks. Landing a play like that gives them great field position, and hopefully give them something to drive down the field. I know Brandon Powell's having a tough time getting around that edge, but they got plenty of yards to get down the field. And they need to put something on the board.
Yeah, they do. Can't keep kicking the ball back to the Raiders and expect them to not score, because they will score. They're going to find a way to score. They bring an army of coaches. Well, the give is to Brandon around the right-hand side. He's going to bounce outside, and just too wet for him to make a cut up. Picks up about 2 yards. Took a big chunk of turf out, but he was working it. Stiff arm, and even Goldberg. Goldberg finally moved him out of bounds. Going to bring up 3rd down now, and about 8 yards.
Yeah, it's tough for these running backs to make those kind of cuts. You can tell Brandon, he has the edge, and he's got the strength to get around and get through these tackles, but he's just having no luck with this field right now.
Well, Denarius has got a long 3rd down, and actually 10 yards. They put it back. Throws the ball, dart. Wasn't going to be enough for the 1st down, so the Bucks are going to have to punt it away again. And the Raiders are going to come out of this with good field position. Inside 4 minutes. 7-6, another defensive duel.
Yes, it is. You saw it last week against Plantation. Was a great game. Both sides of the ball on defense.
We've had a lot of blowouts this season because we've been watching Booker T. Washington, and nobody can play with those guys except for the Miami Central game. And it's nice we get up here to Broward County, and we're seeing some tightly matched games. Kick is up.
And it's
fumbled.
It's muffed.
Picked up.
And Deerfield
scooped
Beach.
up. Morgan's got it. Down to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Morgan takes
And
it
he's
in.
got it.
Morgan takes it in. A muff punt for the Bucks. They go up 6 points. Wow. Morgan scoop and score. You got the Buck coaches over there out on the field, headsets laying around. What a heads-up play by Morgan. Now the referees, what are they calling? They're calling him down. The referees are going to call him down, and this crowd is going to go crazy. They're going to call him down. How could it be called down? The ball was loose. Who was down? St. Thomas Aquinas wasn't down. Yeah, he was down, but the ball was loose.
That's not good.
Bad call. Very, very bad call. My goodness. Well, the Bucks take over the ball. No, they got the ball back to St. Thomas. They're saying St. Thomas. Wait a minute. Who has the ball? The Bucks have the ball. Okay. If they were giving the ball to the Raiders, You might not be able to get out of here tonight.
That Morgan is called down?
No. They're saying because Morgan was standing up and he scooped it. They're saying the ball was dead before Morgan got the ball. But there's no way the ball was loose the whole time. There was nobody on the ball. Well, Daenerys brings him up. Brings some excitement. Brandon Powell's going to try it out. Nope, it's a fake. Daenerys is looking down the field. He needs to get rid of it. Throws it deep down the right-hand side. Number 11 makes a catch, but he catches it, I believe, out of bounds. That's Denzel Hatcher. I'm sorry, correct that. That's Alex Pierre. Great catch by the young man. He just happened to be out of bounds.
I believe that was number 17, just to correct you.
All right, number 17. We'll give it another shot. Leonard Scott. Got all those scrunched up jerseys. Bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Bucks. The Bucks need to capitalize.
They do. That was a big punch in the mouth
My
by those
goodness.
refs calling him down on that play. But I believe it got the Bucks pretty fired up right now. They might put something. They might put something on the board. We'll see.
Well, they give it to the man in motion around the left-hand side. He may pick up 4 yards. The wingback went in motion. Bring up 3rd and 6, a crucial 3rd and 6. Inside of 3 minutes in the 3rd quarter. The Raiders keeping it interesting by muffing a punt. You can identify Brandon easy now. He's got his white tail going on. Okay, there's number 11. That was number 11 that took that ball. It was Alex Pierre on that last run. Daenerys is going to roll out to the right-hand side. He's got plenty of room in front of him. He takes off with the ball. It's one-on-one, and he doesn't get it out to the 1st down. Looks like number 3 in the tackle, Tyson Cicero. It's about 1 yard short, 2 yards short of the 1st down. It's going to bring out 4th down and very short. Bucks are going to go for it. Powell comes back in the game. Comes in with Denarius Graham. What are they going to do? One of these quick pitches to the outside? They're in a wishbone. First wishbone I've seen tonight. Daenerys gives it on a crossbuck. Number 2 takes a big hit. That's Aaron McNeil. Picks up the 1st down. Takes a big hit. 1st down Bucks. Clock is coming inside of 1 minute. Daenerys comes in from the sideline with a play. Ball's at about the 24-yard line. Give is right up the middle for no gain. Might have been a loss of 1. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Well, it was a gutsy call on that 4th down play.
It was. Because you got some big boys up front. Bosa and the gang on the Raiders that have a lot of muscle up there. These are important downs. They may let it run out. Get one more play out of the 3rd quarter.
Well, the Bucks look like they're on a move to score here.
2nd down and 11. Daenerys fakes up the middle. He may take off with the ball. He's going to be swarmed down for no gain. And that'll bring the end of the 3rd quarter. By the end of the 3rd quarter, the Bucks are up, and here comes the rain. It's coming down sideways again. The Bucks are down by 1 point. St. Thomas 7, the Bucks 6. As they take a quick break, we too will take a quick break. You're watching high school football, folks, on HSPN, brought to you by Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us.
High School Game Day brought to you by HSPN, High School Production Network. The High School Production Network is the #1 high school sports broadcast network in the nation, bringing you high school sports and events by the high school student for the high school student. HSPN is in place to provide internships for all high school students that have a passion for broadcasting. HSPN is providing opportunities for students to use their passion to not only pursue a great college education, but to endure real-life experiences through a viable entity. To find out more information on HSPN, check us out at www.hspnsports.com. You're watching high school football on HSPN.
Back here live, the rain is coming down sideways, closing the windows up. Actually, during that break, it came down really hard. We're going to readjust the lenses again. Elijah's out there holding on to it. Here it comes again, folks. It is coming down sideways. We are only about 3 or 4 minutes from the beach. We're getting a squall off the ocean like it's a summertime squall. I'm not sure, Ryan. You got a cold front coming through here, or what is the deal with this stuff? This is not weird weather.
Talked to some of my friends up in Tennessee, and they said it's about 31 degrees, and hopefully that nice, strong Canada wind is going to blow it down here. Maybe we'll get something good coming out on the end of this.
Well, the pitch is out here to Brandon. He's going to make it around the left-hand side. He gets the edge. Oh, my goodness. They catch him quick. He comes inside the 20-yard line, and he picks up the first down. I love that. I love it. It's just a quick pitch. He gets to the edge. Nothing fancy. And, man.
And he's calling to run it back. He wants to do it again. It's very difficult to cover a play like that with his speed, his agility. He's going to hit the outside, and especially with this ground. He's definitely making some moves. It's good to see him making plays out there.
Well, they got the ball down to the 15-yard line. Actually is just short of the first down. It's going to be up another fourth down. Another big fourth down here.
This is a big play right here for the Bucks.
Daenerys pitches it to Brandon again. He makes it around the left-hand side. He's got enough for the first down. Gets inside almost the 10-yard line. They're not going to honor it. Go back to it. Man, that's quick. Holy mackerel. Fourth quarter, 11 minutes.
Brendan Powell called that play right there. He wanted to run it back. Hey, you got to trust in your team, your players sometimes.
Well, he's built for it. 1st and 10 from about the 11. They could get a first down in there right at the goal line. Daenerys has got 2 backs in the backfield. He's under center. The give, so they're running back again. He's going to try the inside this time. And he's not going to pick up anything.
Yeah, they got some big boys on the defense side of the ball, right in that middle.
Yeah, they're averaging almost 300 pounds inside there.
That's got to get the defensive line up for you for St. Thomas. Some big boys out there.
Yeah, that Bosa, 200. He's more like 300.
His brother's up there at Ohio State right now.
Well, it brings up second down. They gave him a yard. He got rid of his towel. Going to give it to him around the left-hand side again, but the whistles are blown. And my goodness, trying to see through these windows. That wind's coming down sideways, I guess. Keep the equipment dry. These would be very important points to put on the board in the fourth quarter.
Yes, they will.
Especially in these conditions.
Both teams have struggled to put points on the board, I believe, since the first half.
Yeah, they have.
And it's vital for the Deerfield Beach Bucks to put something on the board right now, especially, unfortunately, they didn't get that extra point, which is always, it's never good. It definitely makes things interesting when it comes down to it, but hopefully the Bucks can put something down.
Could come back to haunt you. I'm not sure about this weather. Any kicker. Ball's given up the middle. Burst up the middle, down inside the 5-yard line. Power football. That caught him. Little trap up the middle. And that was Aaron McNeil.
Spoke too soon about all that beef up front.
Yeah.
Looks like they got something
Popped
on the
him.
offensive side.
Saw something up top, didn't they? Hit that A-gap with a trap. Brought it down to about the 4-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 3 for the first down. 3rd down and 4 for the touchdown. In the wishbone again. Probably going back to this crossbuck. They do. They give it to Powell. He's going to try to make the right side. The corner sitting there waiting for him. He gets inside about the 3-yard line, 2-yard line. See where they mark it. Wow. It may be enough for a first down. May be enough for a first down. I love watching how they grind this ball. This is just like St. Thomas grinding football. Got 2 strong running backs over there. It's 4th down, folks, and 1 yard. 4th and a yard and a half for a touchdown. Denarius Graham runs back on the field with the play. Literally 4th down, less than 1, and one for a first down, 4th down, and 1.5 for a touchdown.
Well,
who are you going to give the ball to?
Let's see what we're going to do.
Wishbone. Give is right up the middle. He hits it down inside the 1-yard line. That's got to be close to the first down. I can't tell who it was, if it was either Powell or McNeil. It looks like where they're marking the ball, the referee has got it inside that first down marker. It's going to bring up 1st down and goal. What a mark this will be. It is going to be close.
Now let's see if they measure it.
Yeah, they're going to measure that because that was 4th down. They're definitely going to measure this 4th down. Coming inside of 8 minutes soon. 4th quarter. Guys playing both ways. They're going to bring it out. This is a big, big measurement right here, folks.
Yes, it is.
They're down by 1 point, 8 minutes. Some change left in the 4th quarter. Undefeated, to remain undefeated and have those bragging rights for the rest of your life. Been undefeated in high school, into the playoffs, staying healthy. The St. Thomas Raiders, they held them on 4th down, and the Raiders take over the ball inside their own 1-yard line.
That's tough. St. Thomas Raiders very excited
right
now coming off the field.
Defense at its best.
Heartbreaking news for the Bucks. Hopefully they can come out with something on the other end.
Hey, they've got one. They're on the 1-yard line, Ryan. This is a dangerous place to be.
Yeah.
With this kind of weather and the ball and the dirt, plenty of time left on the clock.
8 minutes left.
Just shows you the shot. Shows you the strength of these Raiders. Shows you the strength of why they only score. They only allow their opponents to score 7 points a game. They're within their average right now. Freebeck brings them up. It's got an I formation. 1-yard line. Dangerous territory. Gives it to, I believe, London. And London is taken down right at the goal line. It's a safety.
And they got us.
Ooh. The Bucks get a safety on the Raiders and go up by 1. Imagine that.
Well, they got something out of it.
Imagine that. Defense wins championships. Dangerous place to be, snapping the ball at your own 1-yard line.
And guess what? They get the ball back.
Deerfield Beach baseball score up 8-7 against the Raiders, and they get the ball back with little under 8 minutes left on the clock. Exciting game. Exciting game.
High school football at its finest. Got rain coming out of the skies off the beach. You got muck all over the field. You got a score of 7-8. Looks like a really good baseball score.
Well, they've got 8 minutes left. Keep that 1 point lead or put more on the board. They're going to get the ball back. Kick off from the 20-yard line. And the Raiders, like you said, this doesn't mean anything in the district play, but it certainly makes a difference in the W's and L's. No Raider team likes any marks on the L side, and you know this is a lifelong dream for a lot of these players, especially a Brandon Powell that's been out there since he was a sophomore, to be able to play at this level and remain undefeated. Very, very few student athletes around the country ever get to have that claim, let alone go all the way to a state championship and win it as well. But that's a long road there. They got to stay healthy. You know all about that because you got a ring at 15-0, and it takes a lot of work to grind your way to get there. So here we go. The Raiders kick off from their own 20-yard line. And watch out, because you've got some explosive return men back there. Catch the ball around the 30-yard line, breaks it up the middle. That's Brandon Powell.
Great move.
Breaks it inside. That isn't Brandon, or is it?
That's number 2 on the run. That's McNeil.
They run the same slashers. Bring it down.
Aaron McNeil. And then after this drive, I'm going to ask you, what would have been better? If they would have scored right there? Or is it better that they got the safety? Oh, and we got a hold.
Going to bring you back 10 yards on the Bucks. They still have the ball. I think that you want to get as many points on the board, but to get take the lead with the conditions that they have right here. If the conditions were dry, sunny, turf, maybe a little different, but the conditions of being where they are to take that lead and get the ball back, it may have just been a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely. It's always nice to see the defense scoring some points.
Tight right. Gives it to Powell. Nope. Denarius fakes it to him. He's going to throw it deep down the right-hand side. Wide open Morgan. Morgan makes the catch. He drops the ball.
Oh.
He's standing there all alone. The ball is thrown. He had to wait for it, and he drops the ball. Second drop ball in his hands tonight. That's big.
I know he's not too excited about that.
No, that's big. Wow. That's a break for the Raiders because he was wide open. There was no corner over there in coverage. The corner and the safety were both deep on the inside route, and Morgan broke out to the outside. Denarius saw him and threw it deep, and it threw it right in his breadbasket, and Morgan just dropped the ball.
And those are the plays you want to take advantage of right now.
You have to at this level.
Especially right now. With this much time left on the clock, you're only up by 1 point. You got to make those big plays. I know he's hurting inside.
Pitches out here quick. Yep, he's going to catch the edge. Brandon Powell's down to the 30, down to the 20,
and he's
10, 5, touchdown.
That's what he does best.
Pitch it to him quick. He catches the edge. Great block out there by the receiver. And he takes it all the way in from the 50-yard line. I don't see any laundry on the field. And that's a 50-yard touchdown run. The Bucks put it in the end zone.
And like I said, I told you I was going to ask you, is it better that they got the safety, or is it better if they would have got the touchdown?
Well, right now I'll say it's better they got the safety. It's easy to say it now. Well, that brings them up by 7. So the safety absolutely helped that extra point.
Maybe they could put it through the post right now.
If they do, they'll get a 1 point. It'll be
And they got it.
It's a 2-score game now, folks. 15-7. The Bucks have taken the lead on a big run, hitting the edge. Who is it? It's Brandon Powell. Hitting the left edge and the right edge, doing it. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching high school football on Hspn, brought to you by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Stay with us.
This timeout was brought to you by Reggae Run-Ins Media, celebrating 13 years as the DJ host of Reggae Run-Ins on Hot 105. You can catch Tonto Irie on South Florida's #1 radio station, featuring 3 hours of reggae music every Saturday night from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. For more information, check us out at www.reggaeruниnsmedia.com. And we're back live. High school football prime time, presented by the Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. The undefeated Deerfield Beach Bucks are up 8 points over the St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders. Can it be done? Will they put the beast to rest? We'll just have to see.
Been a long time since the Bucks have put one in the winning column, banged that ball through the end zone. My goodness. I mean, that's got to be a soccer kicker. That was hard hit, only was about 10 yards high, and that sucker was airborne almost to the end zone. Well, the Raiders need to answer back. They're a 2-point extra point away and a touchdown.
They're excited. They're fired up. They've gone down the field a couple times already, and they've been pretty disappointing. But they drove down that field coming into the fourth quarter, got stopped at the 1-yard line by that big defensive line for St. Thomas. Came back, got a safety, put some points on the board. Let's see what they can do.
Well, Freebeck is looking. He gives a draw up to London. London is hit hard before he even got to the line of scrimmage. The Bucks front four are fired up, and that was number 55 making a big hit for the Bucks. That was Jason Strobridge making a big hit for the Bucks.
Yes, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what St. Thomas can put together right now. They are big all around, running game, passing. I'm interested to see if they're going to air it out a little bit.
Trips to the right-hand side, single cover up top. Freebeck looks to his left, single coverage, looks back to your right. Bad throw. It's picked off, almost picked off. Don't tell me, is it not Morgan again? No.
Now that is James Pierre, number 6. Only sophomore out there. As a headbanger, had a chance to come out, hang out with these guys during spring ball. And you talk about young. Got a puppy face. James Pierre, number 6. Coming in at 5'11", 160 pounds. And he is going to be one heck of a player this year. Or, excuse me, next year.
Second down and about 11 yards. Freebeck is back, single back in the backfield. He's got twins looking over the middle of the field. He's going to be sacked. Nope, he gets away with a wide open receiver, number 5, but there's penalty flags all over the place.
And that's Devontae Pierre.
He catches the ball and brings it out close to the 45-yard line, but that's going to come all the way back. There's laundry all over the place. Almost sacked. They're going to bring this back half the distance to the goal.
And that's tough. You know, the St. Thomas coach is very upset with that call. Big gain by Devontae, but bringing it back, it's not going to do you any good.
No, and it's going to bring up second down and forever. They're going to make it half the distance to the goal, which is going to be down to about the 6-yard line. That third down on the marker, but I believe it's still second down. We'll see. Freebeck is back. He fakes it. It's going to swing it over here to the right side. A quick screen back to the middle. He only picks up about 5 yards. He is hit big. You can see their numbers. Oh, it's big number 55 again on the tackle.
That's number 18 on the reception. Unfortunately, would have been a great play if it was on the turf and there was no rain. One cut, and he was going to move down the field, but it's very difficult right now for these guys to make any moves. They gotta take a lot of steps before they can change direction, and it gives that defense some time to catch up to them and put them on the ground.
That was Jason Strobridge again on the tackle. Brings up fourth down. It was a third down and punting situation. The punter's back at his own goal line. A short kick. Powell was back to return it, but it doesn't even get. That's maybe a 15-yard kick. His worst kick of the night. Looks like
with just coming in to 5 minutes left in the game. What do you think right now? Deerfield Beach up by 8 points over the Raiders. The Raiders had no success just on offense, and I think they're fired up. I think they might put some more points on the board.
Hey, I know what they're going to do. They're going to do a quick pitch out here to Brandon Powell and let him try to catch the edge again. They don't want to be content with 8 points. With the firepower that the Raiders have, the Raiders can make it in 1 or 2 plays. They need to put more points on the board. They need to keep their players healthy. because like we said, next week we go into playoffs. And folks, by the way, next week we go into playoffs. One of our first games we already have secured is Booker T. Washington against Glade Central. That'll be next Saturday night, live on Hspn, directly from Traz Powell Stadium. We're looking forward to broadcasting that live, being back down in Miami-Dade, and watching the kids that we mentor every other Saturday, the Tornadoes of Booker T. Washington, led by their quarterback, Treon Harris. Well, here they go. The Bucks have the ball, 1st and 10. Inside the 40-yard line of the Raiders. The give is up the middle against the big boys. He's going to break it to the outside. Picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
And that's McNeil on the run.
I figured that was McNeil. You can hardly see their jerseys right now, and the little scatbacks, they move quick, don't they?
Absolutely, McNeil. Between McNeil and Powell, you got a dual threat running back system going right there. And we've got a lot of those down here in South Florida. We got to witness the first tandem duet they got down at Central.
Cook and
Yerby.
Miami and Florida, both of them going. Hey, the clock is still rolling too, Ryan. McNeil and Powell. Watch this quick pitch to Powell. Nope, gives him McNeil up the middle. He finds a little room, picks up 3 or 4 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down at about 3. They'll run that play to Powell when you see that little receiver out there. Does a little crackback.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. Well, I'm sure St. Thomas came prepared to defend anything that Brandon Powell was going to do. But the last couple times they've run it, they've been very successful.
Well, Denarius Graham comes back in from the sideline with a play. It's 3rd down at about 2-3 yards.
And that clock is still running.
Got Powell and McNeil in the backfield. The whistles are blown. Wow, delay a game on the Bucks. That's going to cost them.
That's not good.
Nope, that isn't. That's going to make a big difference on the play call, because it's going to bring up 3rd down now at about 8.5 yards.
That quarterback's got to be aware of how much time he's got. Even when they don't have a play clock, that ref is back there and he's counting it off.
And that stopped the clock for the Raiders by doing that. Wasn't very smart by Denarius. McNeil and Powell. Give to Powell, trying to get to the right side. He finds a little seam, but he gets only 3 yards, and it's going to bring up 4th down and about 6 yards to go. What are they going to call? They're going to go for it. They can't punt. I mean, you could punt, but in these kind of conditions, I guess they are going to punt.
Well, they are going to punt. Unfortunately, they didn't get the 1st down, but they've taken a big chunk of change off the clock.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. The Raiders are going to get the ball back with a little over 3 minutes left remaining on the clock. This thing is going to go down to the wire.
Yes, it is. And hopefully St. Thomas, they got something up their sleeve. And it's a high punt.
Fair catch.
Bounced into the back of the end zone.
Goes into the end zone, and that's going to be bringing it out to the 20-yard line, Ryan. That is only about a 12-yard punt. Now, you talked about, was it wise to go get the touchdown or the safety? I say right there, I don't think it was too wise to kick the ball into the end zone.
No, it gives St. Thomas some pretty decent field position. They're not backed up on their own goal line. And knowing St. Thomas, anything could happen right now. Anything can happen. You got a dual threat offense that's going to go all over the place. Quarterback can throw the ball.
Freebeck gives it to London off the left-hand side. There's a big hole. He picks up 15, 20, 22 yards before he stopped.
And
better stop him, Bucks. The Bucks don't stop him. The clock is actually stopped to move the chains. But that was a big 22-yard pickup for London right off the left-hand side. And
see, I believe this is the point in the game where St. Thomas, they've kind of flipped that switch that they have, being champions. and it's do or die at this moment.
Freebeck is back. He's got all his receivers out. Plenty of time. He throws it picked off on the right-hand side. He's going to take it to the house, down to the 10, the 5. Touchdown. It's over, Soldier. Wow. 3 interceptions tonight. Freebeck has only had 1 all year.
That is number 3 on the interception. That is huge.
That's
for the Bucs.
Michael Green might be his first pick and score of the year, and what a time to do it. Michael Green, amazing. I didn't see a receiver over there at all. All I saw was a red jersey.
Well, it was a bad read by the quarterback. Unfortunately, put some more points on the board, but not for St. Thomas. Deerfield Beach Bucs, they go up 21-7, and with this extra point, they put 22 points on the board against the Raiders. And oh my goodness, and I'm going to ask you again, how about that safety?
Safety turned it around. It's no longer a baseball score, is it?
Absolutely not. The Bucs come into this game fired up with only just over 2 minutes left in the game. I mean, what can you do? Do the champions, do they sit down?
Well, they're having a celebration on the sideline, and they earned it. They've earned it. It's been tough day. They've got some dual players that have been playing both sides of the ball. They're enjoying it. The fans are crowded in here. They're hooting and hollering. Man, it's been a long time since the Bucs have gone undefeated.
Yes, it has. And I'm interested to know how long ago they went undefeated, if they have.
Well, the referee's walking it off. There's a penalty flag, and it might be too much celebration on the sideline. Coach Jackson's not happy.
A little too much excitement going on. But, hey, can you blame them? Last game of the season, we're about to go undefeated. I'd be fired up too.
2 minutes left in the game. Well, this kicker's got the leg. And he's got the wind to his back. The Raiders only giving up 7 points a game up against the Bucs, giving up 3 times that much. Plantation couldn't do it, but the quarterback who plays both ways at Plantation went down.
Well, I'm guessing there's a lot of wind down there. Can't really feel it up here inside the box, but they got to get someone to hold that ball for them.
You'd feel it if they opened this door. Well, here go the Bucs. They're going to kick the ball off. Had a personal foul, so they moved it back 15 yards. Kicks it up, and it's going to be deep.
And he's still got a leg.
Goes through his hands into the end zone. Thank goodness. The ball goes in and out of the setback's hands, and it's a good thing it went in the end zone because that was a live ball. And that was a long kick.
It is a long kick. Like you said, he's got the wind to his back.
70-yard kick. 75-yard kick. Well, the Raiders will take over on downs, down by 15 points. If they're going to do something, they've got to do it quick. Freebeck brings the offense back on the field, and those Bucs are fired up. Got a free safety back there, waiting for the home run. Freebeck's looking to his right. He throws a dart over here, but he throws it a little bit short. Intended receiver was Jawan Harris. And you better be careful because the Bucs have a few picks. And he's got a pick and a score. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Freebeck brings them back up. Got a bunch trips to the bottom side. Single coverage, Pete on the top. He's looking for Pete all the way. And that wheel out. It's a fumble. He gets sacked, and it's a fumble. He gets hit hard in the backfield. See if it's number 55 again.
Well, the thing is, can you blame him? I mean, he's looking for an open receiver with only 2 minutes left in the game. They got to do something. And unfortunately, he took the sack, almost lost it on this, but they're trying to make something happen. You can't blame them.
Loss of about 6, brings up 3rd down and 16. And Freebick is back again. He's going to throw a short one out here to London. London stays up on his hand, gets over a couple receivers. That's one tough receiver. He picks up about 10 yards, brings up 4th and 5, and the Raiders are going to have to punt it back to the Bucks again. But it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't think they were going to punt it.
Just under 2 minutes in the game. Fourth down and 5. 22 set. London is single back in the backfield. Cover 2 for the Bucks. Freeman throws it deep to left-hand side. He's wide open, but he throws it short. Freeman had a receiver wide open, put a little on that ball. He threw it off his back foot, and it was incomplete. The Bucks take over on the ball, and they can pretty much run this thing out and remain undefeated, Ryan.
Well, I think they're on the road to be undefeated. With the clock running out of time right now, I think they hushed the beast. They silenced him.
Big win for the Bucks. Come a long ways. Coach Jackson came over here from Monarch. Been over here at Deerfield Beach for a couple years. Had probably his first undefeated season. Worked hard. Players have been here, stayed here, didn't transfer from here. Important for them. Important for the program as well. Well, you keep McNeil and Powell in the backfield. Give is going to be right up the middle and might pick up 1 yard.
Well, I know Principal John Marlowe is going to be happy.
He is.
And that puts the Raiders with 2 losses on the season. Once to Miramar and another to Deerfield Beach.
Yep, they won their district. They're 7A district champions. They won it last week, the game we covered against Plantation. They go into the playoffs. Deerfield Beach will be undefeated. They win the 8A district. They go into the playoffs. And we've got an exciting lineup next week. Brandon's going to take it over the right-hand side and pick up a few more yards, bringing it inside. This may be the last play of the game. The Bucks go undefeated as they line up down there, and they get ready to come over and shake hands. The Bucks are getting ready to celebrate.
And as
they
the
deserve
time
it.
expires, Deerfield Beach Bucks silence the beasts of Fort Lauderdale.
Deerfield Beach takes on St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders. They have not beaten them in years, nor have they gone undefeated. They've done it tonight, folks, here at the Bucks Stadium in Deerfield Beach, Florida. You've got Deerfield Beach 22, the Raiders 7, a big win. They remain undefeated, and that is a great victory. Next week, folks, stay with us. We're going to be in playoffs down at Traz Powell Stadium. Booker T. Washington, Coral Glades. This is Glenn Stout with Ryan Stout. Thank you to Bob Webster on the camera and Elijah Thompson being on the camera. We love you. See you next week. KDA HSPN Sports. Good night.
He's going to snap, punt it. He's at the 50, to the 40. He's down his feet.